Why So Thrifty. Join us at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or should I just say join us now?
I just started the live. Join us now. Okay, everybody. So this is going to be recorded. So we're just setting up. This is our first live for the reseller rundown. So we're trying to figure out. Hey, my hair is insane, so ignore it. I look like a chicken with my head cut off.
I'm ignoring you guys. I'm trying to let everyone on Instagram know that we are live.
Yes. Oh, it's working. Why is the snapshot that? Look, I hate it.
You guys, we are beginners at this, so just bear with us.
I'm crying. Okay, wait, let me send the link to everyone, okay?
Okay. I feel like these are things we probably should have handled before, but you know, we're figuring it out as we go.
We're learning, right? That's all that matters.
You guys can learn with us.
It's a vibe.
I also just got a new phone and I'm trying to figure it out as well, so.
So what I'm going to do right now, Anylu, best friend ever, partner, is go on my Instagram live right now and tell everyone, okay?
Okay. And I am posting on mine as well.
See, this is how you start. This is cool though for people to see too, to rewatch. We don't have any start on you. We don't have a huge following on YouTube. We don't have this, and you just get on and start. You know?
Yeah, just do it.
I don't have the right camera. I don't have this. I used to use that as an excuse, and you just have to get on and do it. You know?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a YouTube channel, so all I have is Instagram stories. That's my experience.
I wish that it told us. Oh wait. I'm typing live on YouTube.
Yeah, so today was an exciting day for Poshmark specifically.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit because people are going to be rewatching this.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a michelada?
That's a michelada, but sad news, I can't find my tajin, so it's not like a full michelada. It's like a wannabe. Still good. But yeah, so it was an exciting day for Poshmark. Are you on live? Matt is clearly on live.
Yeah, literally. Let's see if people get on, okay? I'm like, this is how you start your branding. People might not even get on until the next episode or 30 minutes. But, you know, you just got to stay motivated. You got to stay doing your thing. Hey, everybody, I'm getting on Instagram Live right now. Everybody head over to the YouTube because we're doing the Reseller Rundown episode 1. We're so excited. Hey everybody. There's one person. JDL Resells is on here. Hey, Irish Lux. Everybody get on YouTube right now for our first episode. Super excited. Link is in description. I'm just going to keep saying that. People are just slowly getting on.
Yeah.
Live on your channel, Reseller Rundown. This is so exciting.
Woo! It's technically, Matt, it's our second episode, technically.
Technically, but this episode's on the YouTube.
On YouTube. Yeah, on the YouTube it is our first episode, so
why do you your lighting looks you're lit for the gods right now?
What do you mean?
Like your lighting is amazing and mine's like moderately okay. You need to teach me next time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even though I don't have a YouTube channel, I have better lighting than Matt. Oh, Matt's over here. Okay. It's so weird. It's opposite. Like, better lighting than Matt.
Hey, Noreen. Hey, JD. Get on the live on YouTube. We're going to be answering questions. Wait. Oh. I don't. Why does it, my right hand? 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm laughing. No one's on.
You're what?
I said no one's on, but you know what? It's a process. It's a growing business.
It's okay. You know, you could actually just like set it up so people could see and we could just kind of start and get it going. For the people that are watching the replay are probably going to be like, are you guys going to start or nah?
Exactly. So I'll just hold it like
that. So today we were supposed to have a drinks on here clearly because I came prepared. But Matt is a little baby, and he decided he's going to drink Diet Coke, so, you know.
No, and also I'm addicted to Panda Express, so.
Yeah, like 10 minutes before we came on, I was like, are you ready? He's like, I'm running to Panda. I was like, okay.
And she was like, okay, time limits are a thing, right?
Yeah, I was like, time management? I mean, I don't have restaurants near my house, so when I think of like going to Panda, I'm like, yeah.
I'm super excited to talk to everyone. So everybody that got on my live right now, that's on the Instagram, go to YouTube right now. We would really appreciate it. We're trying to grow this show, and we're excited to answer questions for you. So we're going to talk about today. I know we'll keep mentioning people come in, but we're going to talk about like our goals for the year, things we can do, things you can do together with us to grow your business, whether it's listing or just staying motivated with your mood and everything. Because I know when you're self-employed and you're doing things at home, it's hard to stay motivated, you know, and it's hard to like be in that mood. So we're gonna get in that mood, be super positive, and kill it this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
perfect.
I just
You're so smart joining it.
So that the people on.
Hey everybody! Hey Anna! Everybody, please get on our YouTube. We're so excited.
Hey.
It's double. Oh.
It's okay. I muted mine.
Okay, let me mute you then on my computer. Wait, you muted your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. Okay. Perfect. So everybody, whoever's not on here, I know there's only 3 people. It's a growing thing. Also, do you know what I think it is, Anylu?
Yeah.
I think that whatever I sent you before, something is going on right now at 5 for Poshmark or something, right?
For List Perfectly.
List Perfectly. That's where people are right now. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm trying not to talk because then it like echoes.
Yeah, so they stole our time slot. Everybody get on our YouTube right now. We would super appreciate it. We're trying to switch everything over there. Hey Ty. Hey Miri, what's up?
Miriam is my best friend, just so you know.
Oh my god, that means she's my new best friend too. You're like, you can't have her. Oh, also a Reseller Passion is live right now.
Yeah.
We might have to do some research to see for our permanent slot what is the best road to take, you know? Oh, there's 4 people on YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
I can't see it.
Woo, it's hot in here. I guess Matt doesn't have air these days. You can see the viewers. It's over me. Now there's 2. 2 people got off. This is so ridiculous. I'm living. Oh wait, let me see. I had to unmute you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got off of mine because I feel like it's too crazy with both, like our voices are echoing, but I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, when it's fine.
But anyways, should we start?
So who's here? Who's watching? Sound off in the comment section. There's 2 comments right now. Loving this. Thanks, Jean. Jean was actually one of my winners for my giveaway. Your package is going out tomorrow morning. It's super awesome. I'm super excited for you to get it for your inventory. Yeah. At this point, Anylu and me have been trying to, work out strategies to like do the marketing of the show and everything. But I think at this point, it's just consistency because, of course, when you make one thing, one person's going to be watching it for the first few times, and then it takes time to. But also, I'm going to actually call Anylu after this and have her help me set up my future lighting because hers is clearly better than mine.
And you're the one that has a YouTube channel, so I feel like your lighting should be better. But, sometimes the amateurs do better.
Yeah. It's because when I go from the other way, it's better lighting, but I wanted to sit at my desk. So I'll just have to move my whole around next time.
Yeah, so that's kind of like I feel like the whole goal of this entire live is, I feel like the theme is kind of consistency, right?
Yeah.
So I think that goes on throughout without every single thing that we're going to talk about. And so I think that's the main thing about this year, at least for myself. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, definitely consistency. I've always been the kind of person that really had all these ideas to do something and wanted to do all these things, but I'll be the first to admit that I've definitely been the person who hasn't followed through with my goals for the year, goals in general. So I'm trying to change that about me as a person too, just holding myself accountable. And that's why I thought it was cool when we met, because when you have a partner in something, like in life, you can hold yourself accountable for stuff. So I could text you and be like, hey, did you list 5 things? Even though you're probably the one that will text me that.
Yeah, basically I've been like, well, that's the one thing about this year was that I obviously started Poshmark last year, and I haven't been in it for very long. But at the beginning, I was doing really great because I was very motivated. I was listing every day, and I was like, this is great, you know? And then as soon as the sales started rolling in, I was like, okay, kind of like mellowed out a little bit, and then the sales went away. So I think there's literally no secret. Like, people ask, hey, what's the secret? Just be consistent, list every day, you're going to get sales every day. Like,
I'll give you
just
an
that
example.
simple.
I'll give you an example of being consistent and seeing results. I used to have my YouTube channel. I've had it for a long time. I used to be monetized because I used to do dance videos, funny dance videos, and acting stuff. And a few of my videos got like 100,000 views and everything on the channel we're on right now. And then it's about consistency. I didn't make videos for like 2 years, and then I just started making them again a few months ago. My videos just started getting over 100 views and 50 views. So it just shows the slow growth and consistency of organic growth of a channel or an account in general,
Right.
you know. And that's all.
No, I feel the same way with my Instagram as well. Like, I don't have a YouTube channel, guys. I think most of the people on here, except for my best friend, is coming over from your channel, Matt. But I think that it's such a community, but people don't often treat it like a community, right? I find that, you know, a lot of really big accounts don't necessarily interact with their followers very much. And I think it's hard, right? Because if you have a bunch of followers, it's hard to interact with each and every person. But I think I kind of rather that little small community if I can talk to people. I think that's the one thing that I have found about the reselling community is I'm like, everyone's really nice. I don't think I've met or like come across people that are, you know, maybe my Instagram's too small for that, right? But I haven't had like a bunch of negativity or anything like that. So
Definitely. Also, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna film a video of us on my phone, being like, "Hey, everybody, come!" and I'm gonna post it on my feed, and then we'll be good, and I can put my phone down. Because that is like,
he needs to put his phone down, basically, because he probably didn't listen to anything I just said. Hey, Matt, what I just say?
You're all jealous. I'm kidding. By the way, we have jokes. We have mad jokes up in here, you know.
Yeah, we just talk shit all day. We keep each other accountable, and so it's been really fun to get on his ass, basically, because he just sources all day and never lists. And then he asked me why he doesn't get sales.
Okay, so we're gonna make a video. Hey everybody, what is up?
You guys just ignore him.
I am with Henry Tangers on our first YouTube reseller rundown episode. So go on there right now. Link is in my description of my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in 2 minutes if it takes you that long to get on. See you soon, guys. Watch now. We're live. Oh my God, what a personality.
Okay, I know.
Okay, I'm posting that right now. But yeah, so this first episode, whoever's watching, is definitely more of a chill one, and it's just kind of like dipping our feet in the water and getting used to it, you know. So it's fun.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to recap a little bit what we talked about on our Instagram live last week, and it was just like a little introduction about ourselves since Matt is going to make a series under his YouTube of the reseller rundown, then you guys will be able to kind of look back for the people that weren't on that Instagram live and kind of don't know a little bit of our story. So you can go ahead, Matt, and start with that.
Okay. Well, you start with yours at first. I'm posting this video on to get people on here.
Literally, this is every day. I'm like, Matt, focus, and he's like, oh, let me just do something else. But anyways, I guess I'm the one that's gonna start. So, I think if you're coming from Matt's channel, my name is Anylu, and I'm over at Henry's_hangers over on Instagram. And my name obviously is not Henry. I named the my Instagram under my dog because I'm obsessed. And so it's Henry's Hangers, and go follow me. Little shameless plug in there. But basically, how I started reselling was I feel like probably for the majority of my life, I've been thrifting. My parents loved thrifting, always took me. It was the funnest thing as a child. But I didn't actually realize that there was such a thing as reselling. I just kind of thought like, oh, great, I got a deal. I never thought like, oh, someone might want to actually pay for something that I found. And so when I found out about it last year, we were kind of in the quarantine. It was like a really weird time. And I was like, hey, I need something to do. Why don't I just do this since I've been thrifting anyways? And I just started honestly with a bunch of bad buys. And I learned from them, and I was like, this is what not to do, basically. And yeah, now we're here. And I met Matt probably pretty soon, right after I started my Instagram, actually. I feel like it was only like a month.
first. I think you messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm your biggest fan. Can you please respond and sign an autograph for me?" I think that's what it was, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
I want to chime in on the bad buy thing because I have so much inventory. The stuff that is selling for me right now is stuff I bought last week because I am more educated on what I need to look for, the brands, the styles, what's on trend. So I have all this inventory that I've had for 3 years, 2 years, and it's just not going to sell unless I list it for $2. So it goes to a point when you need storage and you have to pull stuff, you know? But every seller goes through that when they start. Everyone talks about how they have like, could you buy, if it's free people, you buy anything. But there's some free people that is bad, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that when I remember being a child and like going to the mall, and there were certain brands, like one of the brands that I love is White House Black Market. And I remember walking in the mall and seeing that store and thinking everything in there was so beautiful, but so expensive, right? So that just always stuck in my mind. And the first trip that I went to source, actually, like my purpose was to source, I picked up a few dresses and I was like, oh my God, everyone's gonna love these. And like White House Black Market has a really low resale value. So I was just like, why is somebody buying these? And I was like, oh yeah, because it's all about your perspective as well. Like someone might pay a lot for that. If they were me, probably looking on Poshmark and be like, oh wow, that's such a good deal. But to people that are looking for these specific brands, they're like, oh, that's a mall brand. Like, what are you doing? Why would you source that, you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of people, like I know a few people that their whole closet is mall brands. That's their whole business. But in that aspect, I think that if it's a lower price point of a mall brand, you have to be way more committed and motivated for volume, and you have to get more done if you want to make the same income. So what I was doing at first, literally was doing up until yesterday, which is not great, is only looking for, as they say, grails or the $200 items, the $100 items. And I was doing that, and my whole closet was just expensive. So I was like, hey, wait, I want to make mine as marketable as I can so every kind of consumer can shop in it, and people that have different price points. So I started adding $14 and taking time to add things for $8 and $18, and I started seeing more consistent sales. So
and I think that like it also depends where you are, right? Because you're in LA, and I feel like your sourcing opportunities are very different from mine. We're both in California, guys. So I'm in NorCal and he's in SoCal, and I feel like LA for sourcing, you can find just about anything. Up here in NorCal, you can find really good stuff, but that's just not the stuff. I do not find $200 items every time I go source. So I kind of have to, my main area, I also do this part-time, so I don't have time to like be driving out there to like the very good spots or anything like that. I kind of go, and what's there is what's there, and I pick, the best out of the options that I have.
Yeah, I love that. And that's so cool because that is literally a perfect example of what I want to talk about on the show and from our different perspectives. This side of the screen is going to talk about this, and this is the other. Oh, wait, no, this. It's backwards. But no, we're for those of you watching, we're really going to stress the difference between part-time and full-time because I feel like a lot of the huge, famous resellers on YouTube that the one thing I say, not wrong, but to do things that I don't personally like is act like there's one way to do things and you have to do it this way or you won't be successful. And acting like the only goal is to own a warehouse and have 10 employees, because sometimes that's not what people want. They're content with having just them. So I think that's a huge misconception with reselling because these new people that are starting think, I have to drop $1,000 in inventory right now to be successful, and I have to do this, and you don't,
Yeah.
Smarter way to
I remember when I started, I told myself, like, I might lose money on this because you don't know, right? When you're starting something, you're like, I have no idea. And clearly, picking up White House Black Market wasn't the way to become a millionaire. So I kind of just told myself, because I have a job, and a full-time job, I should say, this is a job, but because I have a full-time job, I kind of told myself, here's one paycheck. Like, you're either going to see that there's results with this or you're out of this, right? And it was all trial and error. Like, I am sure that if I come and look at my spreadsheet, a lot of the stuff that I bought that trip is still there.
Yeah, so, literally same. But the thing is, go ahead.
No, but I was going to say, it's still there, but I have already made my money back and some anyways. So it's not that, it's kind of like a risk, but I do think that even if you mess up a bunch of times, as you get better, you're going to make that money back. So I would not worry in the first few months that you're like, this isn't working, you know? It's just like, do research. I think that's the biggest thing is to do research. I spent, I don't know how many hours like watching other resellers, and that's why I fell in love with the community, because I learned from them. I didn't, you can't Google and be like, oh, what are resellers, you know, like searching for? It's mainly from the people that are doing YouTube channels, Instagram feeds, things like that, that are giving out those tips that really help. So I think I spent, you know, I commute to work, so I have an hour and a half where I just like doing nothing. I would just like put a YouTube video on or a podcast, and I would just listen and be like, these are the brands. I am not into fashion in the sense where I am not up to date with fashion. I think Matt might be a little bit more than me, especially being in LA, right?
And just being like a god, you know? That's just something that I'm, you know, I'm kidding.
You're gifted with this gift of fashion.
No, honestly, I'm just addicted to shopping, and that's how it started. And it killed my wallet, and I was like, you know, let's make something out of it. And like, I like how you said when you first started, you're like, I'm gonna give my one paycheck that I can lose from this, and if I lose it, I lose it, and I want to try it. And then, oh my god, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah. Right?
And I feel like, especially with this and these jobs where you work for yourself, if you don't take a risk, you're not gonna make any money, and you're not gonna do anything. If you didn't take that risk of that one paycheck, we wouldn't have met. I think about stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have met because I wouldn't be on a random reselling Instagram if I didn't know about it. So, hey. But speaking about risk and speaking about today specifically, as you guys know, Poshmark.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
I'm like trying to tell you to go, and Matt's like, what? What did Poshmark do?
No, the IPO thing, right?
Yes. So,
spent money on shares. I didn't. We'll
so
see what happens.
Two different perspectives there. I did not spend a lot of money on shares. I am not an investor, and I have never invested in, you know, stocks at all or anything. But I kind of just saw it as like, hey, it's a risk, right? I'm willing to lose this much amount of money, but who knows what I can gain. And of course, everyone's really hyped up about it right now, and everyone's like, it's doing so great, blah, 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 blah. And I know there's a lot of people that are bummed about the fact that they didn't get to invest in it, but it's not going to make or break you. Like Rachel from her, if you guys know, she put out, or she made the Poshmark sharing tool. Matt, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and she posted today about how this specific opportunity wasn't going to make or break you. And I really liked that, because I think there's such a hype about it right now in the community, and it's great. I'm excited for everyone that got to invest, myself included. But, you know, if you didn't, really the resellers and the customers are what made it possible for Poshmark to be able to make this happen. So, Matt, pay attention.
No, I was just interacting with all of our fans on Instagram. We tell them to
come. Okay, all of our fans are Instagram. Okay.
All the fans, all of them, all the 5. But
all
no, that's what even if there's 5 people watching, I still have as much fun if there's like 1 million people watching. I haven't had that yet, but I feel like this is fun.
So out of the people that are in the comments, who is still here? Daniel, Jean, Miriam, Irish Lux, I don't know your actual name, Deanna. Give a little hey, what's up in the comments if we know you guys are here.
I think we should we're going to do this a few times throughout the next 40 minutes or however long we have left until 6. We want to answer your questions as well. We have a lot of different experiences. I've been doing this for 5 years. Like I always say, I have not been the experienced most. Like I still learn things every day. But I do know stuff in the aspect of like being able to take pictures and different ways to do things. So if you have questions about technical stuff, or if you have questions about how you see Henry's_hangers do stuff on her Instagram, then definitely we're always down to answer questions. There's enough knowledge for everyone. Hey, Jewel. Hey, Julius. Are those your friends?
Julius is my boyfriend.
Oh my God, Julius.
Yeah.
I haven't since the wedding. It's crazy. How have you been? We're best friends.
We were FaceTiming last night, and he got up and shut the door because we were being too loud, Matt. He was sleeping.
Really?
Deanna said supposed to jump off. Bye, Deanna. Thanks for joining. Jonathan said, hey. Hi.
Hey.
Jewel, too. Sorry, Miss Jewel. Hey.
Oh, I know Jonathan. How are you?
I think you know all these people.
I know Jonathan. He doesn't even live in, I don't think he even lives in this country anymore. It's so cool. There's somebody from a different country watching us. Actually, I'm lying. He does.
He does?
Also,
you confuse him. That's the other Jonathan.
Look at Anylu. My sister just sent me this saying she's trying to watch it and it said this.
Huh, that's weird. I don't know. Yeah.
But there's no people watching. It's bizarre. We have 6 thumbs up, everyone.
Yay. I don't know what that means. I've never been on StreamYard, so.
Yeah, well, it's like a YouTube video, so they thumbed up the YouTube video. Hey, Lindsay's Posh Loft. Hey, new friends. Tell me if you guys are coming over from Instagram. Comment. Yeah.
Well, I think they are. I guess this is live on your YouTube as well, right? So they can be coming from YouTube.
Oh, there's 12 people. I'm so excited.
Hey.
Can you see how many people there are?
I can't see it. I think that's just on yours. We're all excited, guys. We're just excited because we've been so excited to do this and start this, and we've been talking about it, and we're like, yeah, it would be so cool if everybody just like logs on and we could talk.
Exactly.
Hey, Jewel, I'm from California, so me and Matt are in the same state. I'm just from NorCal, and he's in SoCal, so in California.
Yeah, but we like have a lot of chemistry and like we're the best friends. And we've never met in person. It's crazy.
No, but once COVID is over, we're gonna do a reseller rundown little road trip.
I think we should do a little reseller road trip brunch thing and like have resellers go to the bins with us, go to brunch, have mimosas, have a vibe.
Yeah. Go karaoke, have Matt sing. Yeah. If you guys didn't know, he can sing.
Oh, you said I could sing? I'm like,
excuse me, sorry. Oh my gosh. I like my drink.
Oh damn, you're really going hard on the drink.
I know, guys. Oh no, come on. I got this.
You have to make me a michelada because I've only tried it once and it was at the Boiling Crab. It was so gross. It was like all like clam juice.
You live in LA, first of all.
So
you should have had a michelada by now.
No, I had one like that. But maybe I didn't like it, but maybe if it was a good one I would like it. I don't know. Because
if you don't like clam juice, I mean it doesn't say like I don't know. It depends.
It's like clamato, right? Or clamato?
Yeah. But it doesn't taste like clam.
No. So let me know. Do you guys have any questions? I love questions.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
Our goals are for 2021 and what your guys' goals are.
Yeah, I mean personally, do you want to go first on Anylu? I know we did this earlier.
Yeah, I can go first. So for me, I think kind of what I said at the beginning was that I think everything is consistency, and I think everyone's heard this, right? I don't think it's a secret. I think it's out there. With anything in your life, if you're consistent, it pretty much goes well.
You're like freezing. Oh, there we go. You're in slow motion. Maybe it's internet. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're unfrozen. You were frozen for a bit. You were doing like the little dance freeze. She's frozen. I can't hear her. Make sure your internet is connected good.
My internet's connected. I don't know if it's good.
Okay.
I don't usually have issues with my internet.
Okay. No, you're good. You're good. It's slowly going back to normal. But yeah, okay. So for me, you said your goal, and for me, again, consistency. But honestly, I've always had a love for video editing and YouTube videos. Side thought, if you and Matt has great hair. She also supports you. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. But I lost the train of thought. This is gonna happen so much while we're doing this. Where was I? Oh, my goal. That's so funny. My goal is to really work hard on my YouTube videos, and it's something that I really enjoy channeling my creative energy into. For those of you who don't know, my first like career path is not a reseller. That's like it's full time right now because I enjoy it. But I went to film school for film production and social media marketing. So that's what I've been doing, and that's why I kind of have like a leg up with the video editing thing. So people message me a lot asking about the video editing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'll help you. I'll FaceTime you, and I'll show you what to do. I just love helping other people, do stuff that interests me, because it's really hard to find a group of friends or people in general that have similar interests as you. So that's, again, when I started talking to Anylu, I was like, oh my God, these people actually think what I think is important and enjoyable is also important and enjoyable. What?
Yeah, like my friends don't want to hear about what I sourced and oh my gosh, I found this brand. Like why, you know what I mean? Like not that they don't want to hear it, but it's different, right? I mean, they're not reselling. They're like, "Oh cool, you found this brand, like big whoop or whatever." But
and you could tell when they are, like, they're like trying to relate, or they're trying, like, they're not really interested, or they're like, oh, sequins, fun. Oh,
yeah.
you got it used, right? Like, I've always got that one.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that reselling has like a kind of a little bit of a stigma, right? Or not necessarily reselling, but using used goods or used clothing or whatever. It's kind of like, ew, you know why?
Yeah. My mom always says she loves thrifting, but the only thing my sister and my mom won't do is use shoes because they're like, I don't want to walk in other people's shoes. And I'm like, okay, but okay, if I vintage Louboutins and John wore them for 2 years, you better believe I'm walking in John's shoes because those are stunning.
Exactly.
Jonathan loves marketing. I love marketing too. I've always been the kind of person where I've just been like, put your name on everything, put your color and your brand and your logo, and just do it all.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very important, obviously, right? Because there's so much out there. There's 1,000,001 Instagram pages. There's 1,000,001 YouTube channels. So how are you going to put yourself out there for people to actually like remember you and come back and all that stuff, you know?
Exactly. No, and that's what literally. There we go. Fix my lighting. But what were you saying?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that I have no experience in marketing whatsoever. My career path is like nothing to do with marketing, and so I think that's also been a learning thing, kind of seeing what other people are doing and seeing what works for them. But I'm just not like aesthetically pleasing. I like to follow accounts that are aesthetically pleasing, but I just can't get my life together enough to have like this little like preset Instagram thing. Like it's not my thing, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's totally fine because everybody has their own strengths and differences and stuff, and that's why it's cool to have, first of all, a partnership. Because my mom actually asked me the other day, she knows that I love YouTube videos, and she was like, hey, why did you not make the show alone? Why did you get someone to do it with you? And I said, Mom, the really cool thing is that let's say you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you're doing, and it's a pause. You can bounce off the other person. If you need creative energy, you can bounce off the other person. If you don't know what the other person knows, you can bounce off the other person. So I think that was what really drew me to being agreeing to be like, oh my God, we're best friends. Let's do it together. But yeah.
Jean asked a question.
Jean said, how did you stay motivated when you first started reselling? So I'll let you answer that first, and then I'll like kind of piggyback on that.
Okay, so for me, like I said a little bit earlier, I was willing to put in one of my paychecks, and so I had something to lose, right? Because it's not just like, oh, I have this paycheck to freely use on whatever. Of course, I didn't want to lose, right? So I think that was my very first motivation, was that I'm investing some time and money, so I want to get something back, right? So when I started, I was very, very motivated because I was like, okay, like this is what I have to do. This is what everyone's saying that I have to do. What I didn't realize is that kind of when the excitement wears off a little bit, I still have a full-time job and I still have things that are taking my energy throughout the day that aren't reselling. And so what I found out is that my way of doing things is very, very different from everyone else. Like what everyone else recommends doesn't necessarily work for me because in my mind, it started becoming kind of a chore. And so I did have that little lull where I was like very motivated, not motivated. And then I was like, why don't you do things the way that you want to do things and the way that it works for you and your schedule? And as soon as I started doing that, it doesn't really seem like that much of a chore. And when you kind of start seeing the sales, for me at least, I'm the type of person that kind of motivates me, like the results. And so when I started seeing the results, I was like, yes, like I'm doing something right, you know? So I think for me, that was the biggest motivator, was at the beginning, not to lose my initial investment. And then later was that I, had invested this time as well. And I wanted to learn. And I was like, I see everyone else succeeding at it, which can be tricky because not everyone that's on Instagram saying that they're super successful is necessarily that successful as they're showing, right? because everyone wants to jump up and down about their stacks and this and that. I remember at the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, look, my stack. Granted, they were little stacks, right? They were like 3 or 4 items, but to me, that's a huge stack.
Started looking at your stuff, I was like, oh my God, she's so honest. She has an empty sales day, no sales. I was like, oh my God, I post about that too. I was like, I need to know her.
Well, because I was sitting there on Instagram, like, what am I going to post today? And I was like, I have nothing to post because I haven't had a sale for like a week and a half. And so I was like, okay, I'll post myself with my no sales because that's just the reality of it, right? So I think that when I started seeing other people, I was like, okay, you know, other people don't have sales. Like, that's cool. I'm good. I'm still good. I'm still on track. So yeah, that was a very long-ended answer to that.
We love detail. No, the question was, how do you stay motivated, right? That's what it was. You have to remind me. For me, at least, like you said at the beginning, I think a perfect thing that you said was when you said, oh, okay, I told myself that I had a paycheck into this and I have to, you know, keep going with that to make my investment back at least. I think raising the stakes with yourself, especially when you're your own boss, is the only way to do it. Well, not the only way. I never like to say that. But it's a really effective way to raise the stakes. Like, you're going to lose something if you don't accomplish this, or else you're never going to get out of bed, or else you're never going to wake up, or else you're never going to do this or that, you know? So your thing was the paycheck thing, and my stakes at the time was moving out of my parents' house. And at the time, that was really big stakes because I didn't necessarily get along with them as much as I wanted to at the time. And like any person at the age of how old was I? 22. 20, I know I stayed really late, like 23. Yeah, so raising the stakes with that, and then the experience, everything kind of comes with the territory and doing it long enough as you can, if that makes sense. But they said, thank you, we love the truth. Yeah, right? We love the truth.
Heather said COVID is her motivation.
Oh, hell yeah, too, though. Like, literally. Especially having all this free time when you're home. At first, I was like depressed when COVID started, and I was like, oh my God, we're doing nothing, we're bored. And then I looked at myself internally, and I'm like, what am I doing? You can start a business from your room. Get up. So then I started doing that, and my second part of the answer is that how to stay motivated is get online and follow resellers and interact with resellers and DM resellers. I can't tell you for how many, when I first started doing this full time, like 4 months ago, how many like big YouTubers and regular other ones that are resellers that I DM'd and they just responded, and then I built relationships that way. Because if you're on cheerleader, which we'll be honest, I can't always be mine because I have the days when I'm depressed, or I have the days when I, you know, don't have a sale and I'm like, crap, I don't have a sale. So when you find those reseller friends that can be your cheerleader, like Anylu said in our little commercial, I thought that was great. Then take advantage of that, because these people are going through the same thing you are. We're all home alone, and we want human interaction and social aspects of what we're doing. Because being home, instead of being in an office or being in person, the whole social aspect of work is gone. So that's where social media comes in handy. Like Nicole State said, when she started, she didn't necessarily make her YouTube channel for money. She was just lonely, and she wanted to interact with people. And not a lot of people, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, and I think kind of going off of that, you know, saying like what kind of motivates as well in terms of for people, at least for me, because I do this part time. I've seen this in multiple different variations, like spoken about on Instagram, about if you're gonna put all your energy into your full-time job, so you're working for someone else, right? The company that I work for is not my company. And I'm very motivated when I'm there, right? So I'm there and I'm going to do my job. And at the end of the day, I'm going to get my paycheck. So why wouldn't I put that same amount of energy into my job that's for me, that I own, right? And so kind of putting that into perspective, the fact that this is your business. Yes, you are on other platforms that people own. You know, we are on Poshmark, Mercari, whatever other platforms. But the money that goes in and out is yours, right? So that energy needs to be put just as much as if you're going to do it part-time, if you're going to do it full-time, what you would put into any regular job for someone else, you probably should have that same attitude towards your job, right? So that really helps me when I come home and I'm like, oh gosh, like today sucked at my full-time job. Like all I want to do is lay on the couch. Don't get me wrong, I do that all the time. But I also say, wait, if you want those sales for your business, like you need to get up and take those pictures and list those things. And it's a very self-motivating job. And
yeah, and that's
like
the kind of person I am. I'm not a self-motivated person, and I have taught myself to be a self-motivated person, and that is huge. If people that are first starting reselling, I wish I could go back and like record myself when I first started of how unmotivated I was, and now I'm just like hungry for it now. And yesterday I didn't have a hungry day. I slept, but you always need some of those days. But Anylu, let's go through. We have a few questions. I just figured out how to put them on the screen, so I'm thinking we can. So it's not like long. I'll answer this question, you answer the next question, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll answer this question. Oh my god, it's like an actual show, and it's on the screen. Does everyone see it? Okay, so Jewel said thoughts on a curated closet, and I have thought about this so much. I know a lot of people will say, like, I want to sell boho items, I want to sell this, and they won't add it to their closet. Me personally, I don't curate my closet. I of course sell what is going to sell, but I will also sell anything that will give me a profit. Of course, I'm not going to list a dirty pair of underwear in my Poshmark closet, which I've seen.
Oh no, you're freezing a little bit. I wish I could get this screenshot. You guys, are you still there?
Did it work?
What happened? You like cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, can we hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, I hope everyone else can too. I'm going to continue this question. So somebody said the second part of this question, if I stop showing up, just let me know during this so I can fix it, okay?
Okay, no, it was just for a second.
Okay, so
that's my friend. That's my friend.
Okay, I mean, does she resell or is she just curious? We can still answer.
No, she's just curious. You can go ahead and tell her. I was just pointing out that she's my friend.
Yeah. So a curated closet is basically like when a brand comes out with a collection, or if I wanted to make a YouTube video about fall trends and curate a whole rack of clothing for you, I go through all of my stuff and I carefully pick what I want to show. And when I have a collection that I have picked and that's all I want to show, that's how I think of the word, is curating it. So when you have the items in your closet, you've specifically carefully picked everything to create a certain aesthetic, you know? Is that how you would describe it?
Right, and some people do like free people, or they just do like active wear, or just shoes or dresses or whatever that may be. So when you have a Poshmark closet, the closet term comes from Poshmark because everyone calls their Poshmark account their closet. And so that's when you have a very specific, you know, group that you're trying to tailor for. I don't actually have it either. I know, Matt, you were going to finish that question, but I don't have a curated closet either. I just don't have access to enough of the same thing or the same brand.
Because also when I'm at the thrift, if let's say I had a curated closet and I saw something else that could make me $200, I don't want to have to skip out on that item. As well as I've had, I watched the super great podcast by Tech and Sports and Daily Refinement on Patreon about reselling, mainly about eBay. And they say that he only sells 6 brands in his closet because he's not going to get a Vero for them. And a Vero, if you guys want to know what that is, that's a whole other eBay thing. It's like getting flagged for an item that's like copywritten, if that makes sense. It does, but that's kind of what it is. And he says he only sells 6 brands. Personally, I love thrifting and the hunt of it. I could not only sell 6 brands ever. I need to be able to, you know, sell more. And I guess that could hurt me in the aspect if I wanted to grow my volume and my revenue, but I do this also for enjoyment, not just money, you know?
Right.
Okay, so there is a list perfectly question. I will say, Heather, you can ask the list perfectly question, and Anylu will answer it for you.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for your question, we both use List Perfectly, actually. And that was one of our things that we talked about, was that one of our 2021 goals was to list consistently and just be consistent overall and consistent with cross-listing. So List Perfectly is great for that because it allows you to save time, especially for me as a part-time reseller. I was like, I cannot cross-list. There's really no way.
Damn, this is really testing us today.
I know.
Anylu's frozen. Well, she should load and come back. But what she was saying, I'll kind of explain it while she's out of commission. Can you guys still hear me? Having trouble connecting.
Yeah,
This is often unstable
can hear
internet
you.
connection. Comment if you can hear me. I just want to make sure before I explain this.
I can hear you.
Someone DM me. Okay, perfect. That's a really simple question. Can you hear? Are you back?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm back.
It keeps cutting out, so bear with us, guys.
Okay, Heather said, okay, it's a really simple question. Oh, you guys can see it, obviously. I just want to know if you can do List Perfectly from an iPhone or do you have a PC? So List Perfectly actually uses a Chrome extension, and so you cannot use List Perfectly on a phone. You cannot cross this from a phone. You can actually log into your account from your phone, and you can see other stuff and data, but you cannot actually cross this from your phone. There is an app that allows you to project whatever's on your computer to your phone or an iPad. And so what you can do is get the extension if you want to be on your phone, but the computer does have to be there. So it's not exactly like you're, out on the street and you could just pull up List Perfectly and cross list. You do have to have your computer. So that's a long answer, but yeah, essentially you do have to have it on a PC or Mac, whatever you're on. It has to be on a Chrome.
Also, another thing that I think is really good to know about List Perfectly, which I've learned, is that I start every single listing on List Perfectly's platform in the catalog. Is that what you do as well? Or do you have?
I don't do that.
No, wow,
Yeah.
okay. This is a different thing then. And the reason being I do that is because if you do it on List Perfectly, it'll tell you it's on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari and where your items are. And if I don't have that one place where it tells me where everything is, because I'm not great at my spreadsheet, then I'm not going to know where to delete it from. And that's what I do. And you create a template on List Perfectly. So that's where I create all of my listings. I'll click bottoms, tops, jeans, and then everything that I usually put, like measurements, jeans, everything will show up. And I think that would be really cool to do on one of our lives in the future is screen record, like share our screens and kind of show them what we do differently.
Right.
Like putting a listing on Poshmark, then putting it somewhere, starting a listing on List Perfectly. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because I think it's super interesting how many different ways you can utilize the platform. And also, sorry. We both have a code. You can use whichever one you want for List Perfectly for 10% off. So happy you use mine, happy you use hers. What's your code?
Well, my code is Henry's Hangers.
And my code is Thrifty. But yes, we are super the kind of people, the partnership we have where we're super not like weird about like, my code, your code are competitive. We just love, the whole universal thing, supporting each other, I would like you to use her code.
Yeah, so use anybody's code, that doesn't really matter, but the perk of using the code, regardless of whose it is that you do get 30% off your first month. And so when I started with List Perfectly, I was very unsure, like, oh, this is kind of pricey. To be honest, it is an investment, but I think that it was pricey, but I was willing to pay the price with the 30% off, which I can't recall how much it comes out to, but I was like, yeah, I can do this. And so I tried it for the first month. Honestly, I was hooked within like the first 2 days. So be prepared to probably be hooked and pay a subscription. But I really do think that you get a lot of time back. And it's honestly the only reason that I started on Poshmark, but now I'm on Mercari and eBay is because List Perfectly. I don't think I would be on it if I had to manually cross list on my own every day. So
what was I going to say? I literally lose my train of thought like 24/7. Oh my God.
Dean said, I tried List Perfectly for an hour, but got too frustrated with how complicated it was. Okay, well, I don't know if you have any specific questions. You guys can always DM us. I didn't find it to be too complicated, but I can see where
it could be.
It could be because I went and I did go and watch people explain it. And that's probably why it wasn't as complicated. I didn't like try and figure it out on my own because I knew that I'm not very good at that stuff.
Yeah. So Heather said, what price point do you recommend starting out at? I'm assuming a List Perfectly subscription level. I think I do the business one or the middle one. The first lowest one you can't bulk cross list, and that's what kills me. So I choose everything and then cross list, then it opens 30 eBay tabs and I can just do it. One tab's loading, I do the other. I do the middle one. I think it's the business. It's I think $49 is what I pay. What do you pay on Anylu?
Yeah. So I started with the 49 as well. I think my recommendation would be it's depending on how many listings you have, right? But if you can get all of your listings done, say you have 100 listings, you can cross list all of your 100 listings in one go with List Perfectly with the $49 subscription.
Yeah, $49.
And then afterwards you can go back down to I believe it's $29 a month, and you could do it one by one. So yes, it still saves you time, but the great part about List Perfectly is that you can bulk. You can just click, and it does all of them for you. But if you're kind of tight on your budget and you don't want to spend a lot, I would say that the first month with the 30% off, it's going to come out to like $34. So it'll be very close to the first tier of the subscription. And so it'll be kind of close to that. You can get all of your listings done and then go down to a lower tier, and then, you wouldn't be spending as much. But I have stayed at the 49 because the bulk cross listing is really great, I think.
Yeah, and the thing is, I would tell you to recommend to save you money. If you only have 50 listings and you just want to do it slowly, I would say get the lowest one. But the only reason me and Anylu started out at the 49 is because we each already had around 300 listings, and we wanted to cross post. Yeah. So I would say if you have 50 or above, do the middle one. But again, it's up to you. If you don't plan on listing them all in one day, then save money, do what you do. But we'll always be. I mean, I always say this on my YouTube channel. We'll always be honest about how to save money and stuff. I have an affiliate. I'll give you an example. I have an affiliates link under my YouTube videos for Amazon, and there's a Jiffy steamer which is $200, but the steamer I have was $50. So of course I'm going to share the $50 one, even though it makes me less commission, if it would say. So that's what we're going to be doing on the show and my channel. You don't have to worry about necessarily getting the most expensive way or the way to do things. We want to save you guys the most money and make your business grow the fastest, like we're trying to do for ourselves.
Yeah, and for myself as well, when I started, I was like, I'm going to do the bare minimum. And so I was really hesitant on getting List Perfectly. I do use several tools, which I will be actually making my top 3 tools. Here's my plug. I will be making my top 3 tools that I use on IGTV over on my Instagram. So if you guys are not following me, go to Instagram, Henry's_hangers, and I will be posting a little bit more of a breakdown on why I use these tools, and also options for if it's just not in your budget. We get it. It's not in everybody's budget. If you're starting out, you don't want to just put a bunch of money in and be like, hey, I'm losing more than I'm gaining, right?
Or I just posted our Instagrams in the chat as well if you guys want to copy and paste. Yeah, so we still have 10 people on here. I'm so excited. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for us, we've been really brainstorming, and we've been working on this for about a month now, back and forth. I would say a month, right? Or at least 3 weeks. But yeah, we're just so excited to grow. I'm excited to order mugs for us with our logo.
I don't want mugs. He wants mugs. You guys vote in the comments. No mugs. I think we should have margarita cups or glasses with our names.
Yeah, it still has to have the logo on it though.
Yeah. My friend, she got the cricket thing.
I used to have.
And those make really cool things. We could figure something out, but that would be fun.
They make vinyl stickers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I love that. So, oh my God, we've already been here for minutes. That's so cool. How have you guys had fun so far? Have you learned stuff? And also throughout the weeks leading up to the show, until the next week's show, you can message us on Instagram throughout this next week. What do you guys want to hear? What do you want to know? And yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I have some ideas to make it pretty interactive. We'll do one of us where we both have for the whole show our phone in the corner of the room or computer and show you how we list and talk to you while we're doing it, and different themes like that. I saw your post on IG, Matt. Oh, the one I posted about this. We love
maybe
that.
Maybe List Perfectly, yeah. So if you guys are watching on the replay, you guys probably saw our beginning. We struggled to get on here and figure out how to, get people over here from Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. I've been photographing. Let me add it to the thing. I love this feature. It's so cool.
Okay. I'm so old school. I'm trying to read over here.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm also going to make this, I was watching a tutorial on how to use StreamYard, which I watch tutorials on everything, guys. So helpful. And because I want to be the best at it, But also, warning, I have jokes a lot, so But you could do sometimes bad. on StreamYard, you can put like graphics. So when I say, hey guys, I can click it and our intro will come up, Reseller Rundown. I was going to tell you, Anylu, so it's going to be cool. But
Okay.
Margaret said, I've been photographing whole list while listing in the same. Really enjoying your chat. Looking forward to keeping up with you too. Oh, thank you so much.
Yay! We're glad.
That's a compliment, and I love Margaret. Let's be best friends.
I love Margaret too. We love all of you guys.
We've seen each other since high school. I miss her. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Thanks for everybody that's like interacting and talking to us. We really didn't want it to be where we just like sat up here and talked to each other. Like we talked to each other plenty outside of this. We wanted it to be like we're here together, but we're also talking to all of you guys. And I know there's plenty of people that follow Matt that know nothing, you know, don't know about me and vice versa. So we were just kind of trying to join our communities, even though they're small but like mighty. And we want to like grow that together and with you guys and see and catch up with you guys as well and see how you guys are doing.
Yes. Also, Anylu, is it just me or the best accessory is a good tape measure? Because
I'm like, why are you wearing two?
Wait, also, I always have this around my neck. I literally went to drop off my car at the place last week. It was getting fixed and everything, and I forgot this was around my neck. I had it the entire day running errands. Also, as this show grows, I really love marketing and branding, so I'm going to like get stuff merch made and everything. I have all these ideas, and I want to get merch that will help you with your business. How cool would Reseller Rundown tape measures be and stuff like that?
Those would be cool. I had it right here. I'm like, okay, we're going to be twins.
I'm like, it's a scarf. Oh my god!
I lose this thing so often, guys. Like, where do you put it? Do you guys put it around your neck after you measure something? This annoys me, to be honest. Like doing this.
But also, if I put it down, like, and it's gone, I can't find it while I'm listing. Also, on the podcast I watched, the Daily Refinement thing, he said that he tries to streamline his process and make it as fast as possible. So when he's photographing, he hates holding his phone and putting it down. Sometimes he's like, where is it? He has a lanyard and clips his phone to it. So he just clicks it, drops it, clicks it. How smart is that? I want to do it.
What? Wait, how cool would it be if you can somehow clip it to your, I'm going to like tie it to this thing. Yeah. I was thinking like I don't know.
I'm going to just staple it to my face so I don't lose it, you know?
I'm just going to my phone's too big now. I usually just like put it in my shirt, you know, and then whatever, but then it's falling and then it's a big old mess. So,
Thank you. Jonathan said he enjoys the chat. Jean said, I keep it taped to my table. I know some people do that. I would love to do that, but I just move around so much. I don't bring the item to a flat surface. I don't have room like that. So when I have room and like a whole room for reselling, that I will do that 100%. I'll have a table just for measuring and processing. But no, that is what
I lose everything. My boyfriend got me this tile thing for my headphones.
Oh my God.
It's great, guys. Put it to your keys, whatever you lose. I've used it every day since. Every day I'm like, where are my headphones?
Exactly.
I like this style.
Well, we're super excited. 7, 8, 9. So we have like 2.5 minutes left of this. I think we actually did pretty well, Anylu. I'm patting ourselves. Sometimes you need to pat yourself on the back, guys. And I learned that the hard way. Because I always thought, I don't want to brag. There's a difference between bragging and then being proud of yourself. So I think me and Anylu can take a second to realize we had so much fun here. And we are glad you guys came. I'm super excited for next week. If you guys have any like what you want to hear, what you want to see, what kind of things, DM us. As I said, our Instagrams are in the description. And yeah, Anylu, do you have anything you want to kind of segue out with?
Well, no, just I think we're really open to what we can talk about next week or any week, really. We usually kind of like bounce ideas off each other throughout the week, but it doesn't have to necessarily be that. So we really want to know what you guys want to hear. And, we usually plan like, oh, we're going to talk about this. And then we end up on like a million other tangents. So, we kind of.
It is.
Yeah. And like, we like it to be this way. So basically, like, thank you everyone for coming. If you guys don't follow me already, go ahead and follow me. And if you don't follow Matt, this way, it's opposite from what you think. So I'm like,
Anylu, what I'm going to do, because I think we deserve a great thumbnail for this live, I'm going to take a snapshot. So we're going to take one now, and we're going to take a snapshot for our thumbnail. Okay?
Wait, I don't want this in. Hold on, guys. You know how it is when you want to get a good selfie.
I have to wear my tape measure. It's my personality.
Wait, hold on. All this talking and my lip gloss.
Oh my gosh, we love. I just take it now and I'm like, screw you. Okay. And then I'll snapshot.
You guys are probably like, these people are psycho. What are they doing? No, I just want to be smiling.
Sometimes, you know what I say? Sometimes you just got to do it for the thrift. And that's what I live by.
Do it for the thrift. Okay, take the snapshot.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And now Facetune. No.
Yeah, well, I could hear it when it snapped. But the thing is, guys, when we started this, we didn't realize that the little, the thumbnail was going to be like, it took it instantly. And we were like,
Also,
literally.
we could do, let's take this as well as options. So let's take one more before we go. Because I like to, have editing options, okay?
Okay.
Let me see. Perfect. That's amazing. Awesome. Well, yes, we just reached an hour. I felt like it went by super quickly, and I'm super happy with our first episode, and we really enjoyed talking to you guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's left to say besides I love you all,
Thank you
for supporting us. And we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you next week.
On the Reseller Rundown. We have to have like a little thing at the end. We'll see you next week.
Okay. We could try, but we're going to fail, guys, so we'll try off camera because... Yeah.
We'll practice. Label, paper, scissors. Yes, again, follow our Instagrams and everything. If you have any follow-up questions about what we talked about, definitely let us know, and we got you guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys. The Reseller Rundown. Have a good day. Be safe.